first day back at work after 4 weeks off for surgery. Anxiety. Hurry up, I don't have all day. If you could remove yourselves from the road, please, ma'ams. Get over there with your companions. Thank you. First day back at work, I can't be late. So, is it the holidays now? Like, Halloween is past, so is it like happy hello X New Year miss holidays? Anyways, if someone doesn't come up with some Thanksgiving songs, I'm gonna start playing Christmas music. So it's my first day back at work, and I've made it as far as lunch, well, even to my late lunch, so it is 1:45. Oh, overwhelmed. Came back to 320 emails and dozens of voicemails, which is to be expected when you're supposed to be gone for like 3 days plus a weekend, and you end up gone for like 4 to 5 weeks, somewhere in there, about a month I've been gone. So a lot of catch up to do, and it's got my head just swimming. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful for fall in Minnesota. Like, this is just crazy. I mean, when my like memory time hop app thingy comes up with my, you know, my like pictures and statuses and stuff from this day, so many of them have snow. There is so often, like probably a majority of the time, at least a little bit of snow. It only snowed once and it didn't even stick to the ground. It only lasted a few minutes. So winter's coming someday, but definitely not today. Look at that. That is like a Toy Story cloud sky. It is beautiful. Ooh, the sun is bright. Where am I? I don't know where I am. I'm there somewhere. I'm here. I swear I am. So, hoping to find a spot to take a little bit of a walk, stretch my legs since I've been sitting all day, and since I won't get in my afternoon rest time. I gotta get some energy somehow. So, try to take a walk and maybe see if you come along and chat with me for a little bit. Oh, and also, so I'm trying to cut down on caffeine, which is a long-running problem. Maybe not even so much caffeine, but chemicals and things like Celsius and pre-workout powders and that sort of thing. So I still want caffeine though, so I'm trying to learn to drink coffee. It's not going that well. I don't understand the appeal, to be honest. Like, the best I can come is like these, but these are expensive, and I'm also trying to cut back. I have no money at all. I've not been at work for a month, not received any short-term disability yet. Paperwork F-ups through the roof, so I'm not even going to go there, or I'll be having a panic attack instead of going for a walk. But yeah, so most of the time, so John drinks coffee, he makes coffee at home, so I'm trying like all these different creamers, but I can't have dairy, so non-dairy, and I found like this one that is so delicious, but it's got a lot of sugar in it, and it seems like all the most delicious ones do. So I don't know. Sometimes I just like to complain. When I was little, this is where we used to come to feed the ducks. That was before ducks' bread was bad at them, so we'd come here with like a loaf of bread and feed to the ducks. And the ducks got so fat that they couldn't fly away in the winter. It became a whole situation. The same has happened with some area geese we get, and I'm not sure, but I have this weird memory that I remember that one year they actually like shot the ones that didn't fly away or something horrendous. Who knows? Who knows? Nothing would surprise me anymore. Alright, so this is the beach. What they say is the beach. And what's crazy about that is, well, I am 49. Oh, God, I hate even saying that. Sounds so old. But anyway, so I'm 49. As a kid, this lake was nasty, and you couldn't swim with it. There's a steam plant that's been dumping, like, hot water in the lake for, like, 100 years or whatever. So it's, like, overgrown with big, like, fungus blooms and things like that. And then all of a sudden they said like, oh, we cleaned up the lake and now we've got a beach. People swim here. But it is a nice place to walk. It looks kind of windy. It's, let's say it's 52 degrees. There, can you see it? 52, there it is. That is pretty warm degrees for Minnesota in November 2nd or 3rd or whatever it is. Like I said, we usually have snow at this time and definitely below freezing. It was below freezing this morning and my car windows were pretty frosty. I'm worried the road, so I figured the roads would be slick for my first day back driving. That's like the worst thing. That's the thing I like least about my job is the amount of time it takes me to get there. I could work from home or they had like a location near to me. I'd be with my job forever and ever and ever. Amen. Alright, well let's take a stroll. I suppose I'll leave my little coffee drink here. Big swig first. Okay. Unlocked my door now this morning. I got a notification that said that I can't remember what they said, but basically I think my key fob battery is low. So I have to make sure I remember and take care of that. I hope it keeps giving me the message. So I'm not that good at remembering. Rough road here. I'm not sure what they're doing. Like, I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe that's, I don't know, the beach is over there, but I'm almost to the trail. So there is the big steam plant. That's the steam plant that's been dumping the hot water in the lake. I think it's either done or almost done because my work converted to natural gas a couple years ago. So like they were turning off the steam in sections of town and eventually it'll be disbanded or whatever you want to call it, since it's expensive and inefficient and ruins the lake. Or they say it does. Now they say it's good to go, but yeah. I'll continue to do my swimming in lakes far away from town. So for my first day back, like I said, lots of emails and stuff to do, so that's been but it was nice to see my co-workers. They had a card for me, which was super nice, and they all contributed money in the card, which is super thoughtful. It was all $1 bills, which is super hilarious. So now I can go make some purchase with my big wad of ones. So that part of being back at work and seeing everybody's faces was cool. But as far as like sitting in for the whole day, like I have noticed leaning back is so painful where the battery for my implant is. So it's going to be an adjustment, I suppose. Well, I don't know how far I'm going to make it. The wind is wind. I can hear it too, but I can't even hear anything I'm saying. I don't know how far we'll be going in this. What kind of berries those are? I feel like I have a tree like that up. I don't know what it is. Could probably use one of those apps to figure out. Oh my gosh, I miss Ruthie. Me and sweet baby Ruthie, we have just been, well, I mean, we're like this anyways, but we have just been together, and I always feel like they just tore us apart trying to break our bond. It's like, it's heartbreaking. It's terrible. Gosh, the wind is blowing my hair. That's terrible too. I'm only gonna go a few more minutes and I'm gonna turn around. The view is beautiful, but the wind is chilly. It was what the car said it was like 55 out, but it feels like temperature. 6:45 according to my watch, which I can't get the camera to focus on. So this won't be much of a lunchtime walk. So aside from, hope nobody feeds them too much bread, or any bread at all. Ooh, right in the sunshine and the wind let up for a minute. If it stayed like that, it would be a beautiful day. If I hustled, I'd probably have time to walk around the whole lake, but no thanks. There's a bench up ahead, and I think I'm actually going to turn around. Oh, and my phone battery is at 10%. Ruthie's Fi collar keeps running in the background and draining it. So I guess I will talk to you later. I don't like the way that looks when the wind blows my prosthetic against my pants against my prosthetic like that. It looks weird and annoying. I'm not gonna make it. The wind is literally blowing me backwards. Yikes. This is maybe not a great idea. Also, who has their first day back at work be the day after the clock change for daylight savings? It doesn't matter whether we skip forward or fall back or what other BS we're doing. So leave the clocks alone, because whether I gain an hour or lose an hour, it makes me feel crabby and cranky and all out of whack for a long time. Yesterday, I was trying to eat my lunch at 10 a.m. It's like the little duckies followed me. Holy cow. Well, I made it, but just barely, it feels like. On my way home, now that we have daylight savings time, it's only about 4:40. And it's already, look at, the sun is going down, look at, the moon is almost full. I'd also explain a few things. Looks like it's gonna be a big one too. So maybe that's why. Maybe the moon controls my moves. I think so. So it definitely has felt like a long day. I mean, I still had over 100 emails when I left, but I did chat quite a bit with my boss this afternoon, catching up on work and non-work things. I mean, we text and talk when I'm out, but obviously it's a lot easier to just chat, like in person, chat back and forth, like we're doing, but not chat or text. Like our work, our instant messaging or whatever you want to call it on like our teams, like we call that our chat too. Like we're instant email, you know, little messages on the email back and forth to each other. So sometimes I confuse that with chat, like actually chatting or chatting together. I hate that it gets dark this early. The sky is getting kind of pretty. It's a little bit purple. That means winter is coming, and I don't like winter. So, pooped out. Lots of not super great news. I do work for a federally funded program, so we are being impacted by the federal government shutdown. It's not impacted us to the point of like people, well, I mean, there's only like 12 of us. We're a small little crew. It's not like to the point of us losing our jobs yet, but that could be coming any minute. And also the people that I do my job to help, we're not able to help them yet because we're dependent on getting those funds from the government when the shutdown. I feel really grateful that I've not had to be on the front lines as far as the phones. Shout out to our staff who is, because most people are very nice, I will say that, but the people who are mean are really freaking mean. I mean, what is up with that? We have people call and say some pretty messed up stuff, not to mention totally put in like their situation or hardships on us when we do what we can to help, but obviously we're dependent on things like federal funding that we don't currently have. So My day probably would have been a lot worse if I had had to be on the phone at all. Luckily, it was a good day in that I didn't get through all my emails, so I didn't get to my voicemails yet. So I actually wasn't on the phone at all. So that is a good thing anyways, because that's my least favorite part about my job. Not a fan at all. Normally, I would say, oh my gosh, go ahead, lay me off. I could use a little break. But I just had a break, like a month break, during which I did not receive a paycheck yet. I probably will at some point once the short-term disability people catch up and whatnot. But yeah, so far not. So this would not be, that would be my luck. Come back to work like 1 week and then get laid off, and then I'll get like a 1 week paycheck. That'd be super duper. I can see it. I can see that being my luck lately. Hopefully not. Knock on plastic stuff. So yeah, within the next couple of weeks probably, or a little bit longer, it will be pitch black out when I get off. By the time, or not when I get off work at 4:30, it'll be dusky, but by the time I get home, if I dilly-dally even a couple of minutes, it'll be all the way dark out by the time I get home at like 5 or a couple of minutes after. It's one of the worst parts of winter. So what else has been going on? I feel like I sat home alone too long without doing any sort of chit-chatting with anybody, virtual or in real life. Maybe I forgot how. I've had a lot going on. I've been fairly busy as far as resting and a person who's resting and about as busy as a person who's resting and recuperating can be. Landon's been here most weekends. That's probably why I feel kind of tired and lack of chit-chat. Because you spend your weekends with a 6-year-old and you're like a person who's recuperating from surgery, especially this past weekend when John was on night, so we're on our own at night and trying to be quiet during the daytime. Struggle bus. Back on that struggle bus. Again, though he is like the funnest dude. And I mean, I love so much having him. But like, we're busy. Well, this weekend was Halloween. He was a Ninja Turtle, and taking him trick-or-treating was so much fun. Actually, it was a ton of fun. I'm going to insert a couple pictures and videos here so you can see him and me a little bit. I just wore a Stitch onesie because it was chilly outside. And just to kind of join the fun a little bit. But yeah, I'll insert a couple pictures and videos here because we really did have a good time.
Up and down the stairs with these things on it.
You do it again. Oh, very tricky. So aside from Landon and Halloween fun with him, and recuperating from my surgery, which obviously I am mostly recuperated from, as you can tell, since I'm back at work. I still have like a big lump in my back where the battery is. But I was talking today to my coworker who has the same thing, and she said, because she had it for a long time, like almost time to get her new battery loan, and she said hers is pretty flat, so that maybe mine still maybe had like some like swelling underneath the skin or something like that, which is possible. I mean, swelling like in tissues and stuff can take a really long time to go down, and I do feel where it's more swollen at times, like after leaning back on it for quite a while. Like now it's pretty sore. It's pretty sore from sitting at my desk. Like I lean forward, but then your back and shoulders and stuff get sore from leaning forward and all kind of hunching over. So it'll come, though. Once again, I just kind of like to complain sometimes, but it is a little sore. The other incision isn't though, like the one where they put the wires in, because there's one that goes this way. That's where they made a pocket in my muscle, put the battery pack in, and there is one going this way, which is where they led the wires up and actually attached them to my spinal thing. insert a picture, but I'm gonna insert a picture. If you don't like, it's not that terribly gnarly, but if you don't like gross things, maybe just don't look for a second or two. I don't know how to like cover them or do like a trigger warning. I know I posted a picture of my port and that seemed to be alright. So I will post a picture or two of the healing process as it has gone for my back. So yeah, if you don't like UE incisions, then don't look away for a second or two. Oh, shit. Look at how much the sun has set just on my ride home, and I'm not even all the way home yet. I mean, I'm more than halfway there, but I still have got a little bit to go. So it's not a good sign of things to come. Cue all the memes. Hello, darkness, mild friend. You'll soon be here at 4 p.m. Maybe you've seen some of those. If you live somewhere that puts you through this ridiculous notion of daylight savings time, then you probably do. And so another thing about daylight savings time is this is one of my favorite things to dislike is daylight savings time. I've never been a fan. Here is one other thing about it. Well, here's many things about it. So like daylight savings time, for one thing, sometimes in the spring, when we spring forward, when you go forward an hour, it's 2 a.m. You're minding your business. It's 2 a.m. Boom, it's 3 a.m. Hour gone. You know when that happens? Many years. Whenever my birthday's on Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, my birthday, that's when it happens. I feel like I'm getting older faster than everybody else, well, aside from people in the same situation, because they're having to skip forward and blah 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 blah. Kids are all out of whack, pets are all out of whack. I am all out of whack. And then 6 months or whatever later, we reversed the whole process, and now I'm stuck with it being this close to dark at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I know that there are bigger fish to fry, but can we once in a while fry up a few of the small fish and just maybe get them right off the plate, out of the way? Because I have heard several administrations say that they're getting rid of daylight savings, that they agreed that it's like it was for the farmers or whatever, and that it's just not practical in this day and age of electric lights. Like, we're not having to go around and burn candles. But then they talk about like kids outside in the bus stop at the dark. Well, our kids in Minnesota are outside at the bus stop in the dark all winter long. I mean, they don't have school in the summer when it's light out all the time. So that's just how it is. Regardless, it would be darker for a while, I guess, if we didn't change the clocks. But I think we could adjust to that better than jumping back and forth stupidly twice a year. And I mean, we can all just put a calendar reminder to check our smoke detectors. Plus, most of us have smart alarms by this point, which mine just puts on my phone and tells me when I need to change the battery. So daylight saving times isn't needed for that either. It's just so Minnesota. Okay, I think I keep getting distracted from the point I'm trying to make. Is that many administrations have said that they are going to get rid of daylight savings time altogether. And if they do, Minnesota is one of the states with a trigger law on the books, where if a federal law goes into effect that gets rid of daylight savings, boom. Because they need like a certain number of states or whatever that would do it. And we are like, Minnesota is on board. We are ready. So let's end it. I heard again, this is the last time. So we'll see. Just so long as when we end it, we stay at like Central Daylight Time, not Central Standard Time. And not all the places do it. That's confusing too. Is that why right now we're 2 hours difference from Nevada when I thought it was, no, that was almost 2. I don't know. I don't know. See, it's confusing too. At least I'm almost home. I've missed Ruthie tremendously today. I've not been away from her much at all. It felt just cruel to yank us apart and force me to leave the house. So I'm super happy to get home and see her. Maybe I'll be back, maybe I won't, and how that goes. If not, thank you so much for watching. Please like my video, maybe leave me a comment, subscribe, you could share, check out my other social medias and all that good stuff. See you next time or later, you never know.